once in a lifetime experience.
How many distance between you and the small boat?
Hey guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to a very brand new and a very special one of a kind vlog today, because in this vlog I am going to share with you one of my amazing, surprising and once in a lifetime experience, you can say. I'm going to share with you guys. This vlog will be very special for me, and I think this will be very special for everybody of all my subscribers, because you have never seen anything like this. I can bet, and why you are going to find out in the next few minutes. So you all know that I am sailing as a second officer in one of the ships in my company, and I am not going to disclose the specific details of my ship and the company for certain reasons. So but I am going to narrate and explain every incident, the what happened actually this day in this vlog to the best of my abilities. So what happened is, on the night of 9th April 2023, I was in my night watch from 12 to 4, just like any other normal watch, any other normal day. So I went on the bridge at 12 o'clock. I took over from third officer. It was very normal, everything was perfectly fine. Our routine, the work every day, just go to bridge, take over watch, have your cup of coffee, and that's it. 4 hours of watch, nothing special, nothing out of the blue. So there I was with my AB on the bridge, and first of all we were going to Algeciras, Spain from Dakar, Senegal on our voyage, and it was the second or the third day of the voyage, and we were passing between Canary Islands and the northwest coast of Africa. So we were passing in between them, and at around 2 o'clock I heard somebody call our ship on the VHF radio telephone. They called our ship's name, and I had to respond, and I did. And then they asked us to keep a listening watch on that particular VHF channel. They called us on VHF channel 16, and then they asked us to switch over to channel 22. Okay, we did that. I did that, and it was just me and my AB on the watch that time. And after a few minutes I heard some radio communication between first of all the call was from the Las Palmas MRCC. So it's a maritime rescue coordination center, and Canary Islands is the only renowned or active rescue center, you can say, in the South Atlantic Ocean. So they are very active, and they are very renowned. So they are responsible for all the rescue operations which are bound to happen over there in the South Atlantic African coast. So we were keeping watch on the channel, and I heard some radio communication between the Las Palmas MRCC and another fishing boat named El Marina. So they were speaking in Spanish. I could understand a little bit, and what I could deduce from that communication is that the fishing boat El Marina was trying to tell the MRCC that they have spotted a small rubber boat which has a lot of persons on board on that boat, and they were drifting away in the middle of the ocean. So this is what I could understand, but I wasn't sure. And as directed by the MRCC, I was keeping watch on that channel, and I was listening. And then after a few minutes, MRCC called me again and they said exactly what I just had deduced. So they had said we have been reported sighting of a small rubber boat who has 53 persons on board on that small boat, and they need to be rescued.
Pan. All stations. This is Fuerteventura, Las Palmas Maritime Rescue Center. A small rubber boat with 53 persons on board was last reported in the vicinity of latitude 28 degrees 46.8 minutes north, longitude 013 degrees 01.47 minutes west. All vessels in the vicinity are requested to keep a sharp lookout out.
And I was like, okay, so something new, something surprising. And that was night 2 o'clock in the night, absolutely pitch dark, and it was not even no moonlight. It was a few days after new moon, I guess. So and it was absolutely pitch black. So I responded. So then they also instructed us that I don't understand. So like they have spotted a boat, and the MRCC is conveying that information to me, and we as prudent seafarers, we are supposed to keep a GMDSS watch. That is for these purposes only, but they have to tell us to do what to do. Like we are on our route. You have to give us a position, and then you have to instruct us to go to or carry out the rescue operation or to help. So they had to tell us. So then they instructed us to like, okay, you are on this route, you are going to north towards Spain. So this position of the reporting, this last sighted position is in your route. They gave us a position, a so position, and they asked us to keep proceeding and keep a very sharp lookout if you can see some boat like this. I said okay, not a problem, we will definitely keep a sharp lookout. And that was it. And for that position was another 1 hour from our position, and in our route only. So for that 1 hour we kept a very sharp lookout, and we couldn't spot anything suspicious. After about 40-45 minutes, I saw on my EGDIS and my radar and a rescue aircraft which took off from Las Palmas, the Puerto Ventura port, and it was coming towards the position which they gave us. And it was coming. I could understand by then that it's something serious, something is going down, and I couldn't spot it visually until some time. And when I could actually spot the aircraft from a distance, my AB was the first one to spot the aircraft, and he said, "Sir, there is this aircraft which is circling." It was circling around that particular area. So it was 6-7 miles from our position, and I could easily see that aircraft circling up in that position. And I then, after some time, till then I was not very sure that if the boat has been found or not, because I haven't received any clear instructions, and I didn't inform master until then because it was not concrete. So I had to call master after I had received some concrete information. So as of now, we had only instructions to proceed and keep a sharp lookout. That's it, if we can find. But after say 5 minutes or so, MRCC again called us, and they said this boat has been sighted in this particular position by their aircraft, and the aircraft was circling in that position, and the aircraft couldn't take off from there because it had to keep that boat in its sight. And they asked us to go to that position. They gave us the position. I wrote down the position immediately, and then they gave us the position, and then they asked us to proceed to that position and stay there. And because somebody needed to keep that boat inside, because their aircraft had only so much of fuel, it can only circle for a few minutes, but it cannot stay there forever. And they will send their own rescue boat after some time to come and rescue them. But until the rescue boat arrives to that position, we had to keep them inside, and that rescue boat will take another 1.5 hours. I had to call master then, so I called captain. At that time it was around 2:30 to around that, no, it was around 3 o'clock. And when I called master, and I explained these things to him, for the whole thing, and he was like, okay, take care, I'm coming. So after 5 minutes he came up on the bridge, and I explained the whole situation to him. I showed him the aircraft which was still circling, and this is the instruction which we have received from the MRCC. And then he said, okay, you take the ship there to that position, and I'm watching. So I took the ship there, but I could see a small target, very small target in my radar, and I could understand this is the boat they were talking about, but I still couldn't see it visually because it was very small and it was pitch black, and the aircraft had a searchlight which was only which was only visible from a very short distance. So until and unless we go there and actually see it was very difficult. So I took our ship. AB was on hand steering. He was steering and I was giving the helm orders, and I slowly I reduced the speed. We were doing 16-17 knots. We had to reduce, and we gradually came near the boat, and until we finally saw it, we directed our searchlights towards the small boat, and we illuminated our whole ship so that the boat and the aircraft can spot us easily. And I could very well understand at this point of time that these passengers, these persons who were on board, 53 persons on board, they were literally thankfully, I mean, they were thanking God. Maybe, I don't know, if I were there in that boat, I would if I see a ship, a big ship with all her lights coming towards us, I would be like, oh my God, thank you. So it was amazing feeling for them. I'm sure I was very lucky that I was the one who was driving that beacon of hope for them, towards them, for their rescue. And it was very, very, very amazing moment for me that time. And myself, captain, and AB, we were there. We were fortunate enough to witness such an incident. So slowly we went there and we could finally spot the boat. We directed our searchlight and we kept her in sight, then reported to the MRCC that yes, we have the boat in sight. And then the MRCC said, okay, you please keep the boat in sight, and we are sending our rescue boat. It will take 1 to 1.5 hours for our rescue boat to reach there, and we are calling back our aircraft because it has to come back now. It is running out of fuel, so you be there. So after some time, we saw that rescue boat coming towards us, and it was coming as fast as it could because I could see the speed. It was really nice speed it was doing, and we were circling in that area because the boat was here, the boat was drifting, and we were also circling because it was current. We would have drifted, so we had to circle around the boat, and I was directing the searchlight. Captain was directing the searchlight continuously so that we don't lose it. A few times we lost because it's very difficult, so we lost. So what I used to do that time is I just directed my searchlight here and there. So, and then the boat, somebody saw that, and he was like, okay, they might have lost us. So they lifted up a light, maybe from their phone or a torchlight, something, a small light they used to lift up, and I could spot it. Okay, there it is. And then I used to direct my searchlight over there. So that was the scenario at the night. And then chief engineer also came up on the bridge. He could I mean, the engine room had to be called because we had to stop the engine in the middle of the sea. We kept circling for some time. It was more than half an hour, something, 40 minutes or something. We were just circling in that place, and we could understand the boat was also very anxious to come alongside. But I don't think the boat had some fuel or anything that it couldn't come towards us because it was only staying in one place. I could understand that it was helpless. But suddenly, after some time, we saw that the target which was there in the radar, it started moving, and the captain was like, why is it moving? Does it have an engine or something? And then I could also see that I lost sight of that boat at that point of time. I couldn't see where it is. I was continuously moving my searchlight, but I couldn't see it. But suddenly, after some time, I saw a huge scream. Like there was screams coming from our quarter. Like, this is a ship and this is our starboard quarter. So I could hear huge screams, and I could understand it. They were shouting help, and it was really, I mean, very, really loud, and I could understand that many people are shouting for help. And then I was like, okay, well, where is it coming from? And suddenly I saw that boat, and a dark what do you call that? If you can see the boat from, if I could visually show it to you guys, it's still in front of my eyes. There was this boat, fully dark, and it was coming towards us, and the screams help, it was coming from them. And captain then told me immediately, okay, second, you take your walkie-talkie, call bosun and another person, go immediately to down and see what is going on. Why are they coming towards us? What do they need? So I immediately acted. I went to my cabin, took my walkie-talkie, called bosun, and bosun was like, what? When I called him on the telephone, he was sleeping, obviously, at 4 o'clock in the night. He was sleeping. Yeah, I called him, bosun, good morning, get up, we have to do rescue operation. He said, what? Yeah, I said, yeah. He was like, are you second officer speaking? I said, yes. And it was April month, and he was saying, are you not, you're not fooling me, like you're not making April Fool or something. I said, no, bosun, it's true, we are going to do a rescue operations, come on. So he came, and OS Bishwas, Bengali guy who is on board with me, he also came. He was like, oh, what happened, what is this? So we three went down, and the lights were all illuminated on the deck, cross deck lights and all. We took heavy duty torches with us, and we went to the aft station. We couldn't find it, but we were looking for it. Captain was asking, did you find it? And I was like, no, we are trying to locate it. And suddenly I found it. Yeah, it was from a distance. It was trying to come towards us, and I was directing my torchlight towards the boat, and I was, I could see that the boat was following the light. It was coming nearly towards us. And believe me, bosun and OS and me myself, we were literally shocked to see what was next, or who were on the boat. 53 persons on a small boat like this, including women and children. They're all African. You can see, make out from this video only. And women and children included, in the middle of the night, pitch black, in the middle of nowhere, in this boat. Can you imagine the situation, the what are they going through? Like I can only show you guys, but just imagine what they were going through. It's lucky that we went there, that fishing boat El Marina found them. MRCC called us, and they told us to go there. Imagine if none of this would have happened, then what would have happened to these people? So it was I don't know, I cannot explain this in words, but this thing is really out of the world experience for me. And I'm lucky that I could help these people in some way or the other. And I'm sure if these people who saw me and bosun and OS, they were only, I don't know, if I were them, I would only thank God that somebody saw us. And there it was, and there the boat came alongside us, and they were all shouting, help, mercy in French means thank you. So maximum African people speak French because they had French colonies there before. We were asking them, okay, how are you, and what do you want? Like, don't worry, your boat is coming, we are here, we are not going to leave you, we have you in our sight, and you are okay, you are safe, don't worry, just hold on for a little longer, your boat is coming, rescue boat is coming. So we were waiting, and that the boat was, but we had received clear instructions from the MRCC not to take them on board, because nobody knows who these are. Maybe they are refugees at sea who really need help. Maybe they could be robbers who are acting like this, who want to rob the ship. Just get on board, because frankly speaking, we as seafarers, we have to be aware, and we have to be we have to have a second thoughts about everything which we see on the sea. Maybe just imagine if these people were robbers. I'm not saying they were, but if they were, 50 of them, 22 of us, they could easily overpower us and take over the ship. So we had received clear instructions from the MRCC not to take them on a board, just keep them in our sight until we send our people, and we were doing exactly that. So, but we wanted to believe for the best, and we wanted to reassure them, okay, don't worry, you have been found and you are safe, just a little more. So we offered them some food, biscuits and all the things which we could muster at that point of time in the middle of the night, because that's all we had in hand. So we offered them some of that, and I can still remember these faces, the kids especially. Just imagine if I was a kid and I was over there, I don't know how I would have reacted. And that was it. We held on a little more, and the rescue boat was continuously in touch with us, and they were saying, okay, just hold on a little more, a little longer, we are almost there. And that is what I was also telling the people on the boat also, ki just a little more and your boat is coming, we are also here, don't worry, just hold on a little more. And then we saw finally the boat, which showed itself by its high powered searchlight. And believe me, in the middle of the sea, in such a situation, if you see lights, bright lights like these, your spirit lifts up. Believe me, you are in the middle of nowhere in such a small boat, and you see a bright light. That itself is enough to lift your spirit. That light gives you enough courage to hold on a little more. When there is no more hope, only despair, and people feel like giving up, this one ray of light is enough to keep yourself alive. That is what it was. So finally the boat came alongside that small boat, and the rescue boat asked us to stay in a distance and until the whole operation is finished, just stay here. We said okay, we are here. And then we could see from a distance that they slowly picked them all up, and or they might have towed the boat because it was dark, we couldn't really understand what exactly happened. So but I'm sure they were all saved. And then the MRCC called us, and they said thank you so much for all your cooperation. We thank you and all your crew for the prompt action taken and all the cooperation provided, and now you can proceed on your voyage. And we bid goodbye to both the rescue boat MRCC and these persons, and we hope that good days are ahead of them. This is a memory experience for both them and us, of course. And then slowly we bid goodbye to them and we went on our voyage. But I was standing there for 5-10 minutes more, and I was just wondering I was processing the whole thing which just happened in my watch, like normal day, normal any other day, 2 to 4:30, once in a lifetime. So there was my experience of a rescue operation at sea, and I am very lucky that I witnessed such an operation, witnessed such an incident, and I even feel more lucky that I could be of any kind of help to any persons who were almost, literally, to be very honest, they had no hope of being rescued, but we were there and we could do that. And I feel very lucky, very fortunate to have done that. So this was my whole experience of this rescue operation. I feel very lucky, and even more lucky to have shared this experience with you guys. Do let me know how we did or what you feel about this whole incident in the comments, and do share this video as much as you can, so that these things, these operations are lauded, and more and more people be aware of what to do in in emergency situations like these. That's the importance of keeping a continuous GMDSS watch at sea. I would sum up this video here today, and I hope आप लोग मेरे इस vlog को थोड़ा और share करें, so that it reaches more and more people. And do keep watching my channel for more videos like this, and of course my daily life at sea. So stay tuned, and I will see you in my next vlog. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. Hello! What do you want? Boat coming, boat!
सर इंजन मूवमेंट मत दीजिएगा सर, एकदम पास में है वो।
बहुत पास में, हाँ कुछ जब मिलते हैं उसको ढूंढ रहे तो बोलो उनका बोट आ रहा है उनको ट्रेनिंग के लिए।
हाँ ये सर मैंने बोला है, ये सेव मी बोल रहा है, हेल्प अस बोल रहा है।
वही बोट कमिंग बोल रहा था, बोट कमिंग।
बोट कमिंग बोट